And so we are, you see that arrow off to the side, that big black arrow going up? We are moving up through the dimensions, as they say, stay, for the purpose of this description, stationary. We're moving together, and we are present in all of them. In some frequency form, we are there. It's like negative overlapping a negative overlapping a negative. Layer, 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 layer. And we are in them all, and so is she, and so is Father. And we're moving up. And the reason why I put X's next to 1, 2, 3 is, from my perspective, that's the shift that took place. Winter's over. We are in the fourth dimension. Now, I left it there because there's still people dangling in that fourth dimension, and they're going to come up, the ones that are supposed to. They're coming up. That's what this is about. This is why I'm giving you this information. For those of you that have been pulled, the veil has been pulled over, and you saw the signs that said, home run Jack, instead of the other way around. Well, I'm holding up the signs in the correct. Yes, run home, because this is the truth, and we're moving up. And this is a 12-dimension game that we're in. We've got lots more to do after we get the new earth and the new heaven here, and we have that 2,000 years of peace, which is, once again, just a number. It's just an allegory that is, it's a scriptural one from the Holy Bible. Being a Christian dogmatic raised, it's one that I understand. But the 12 layers of Jerusalem, the 12 stones, in everything. There's so many things that relate to this. But that's what the image was. Now you see the 13 on the outside. Now that 13, that number has been used by the Cabal, by the negatives, whatever you want to call it, in a very negative light to keep us from understanding that is our source origin. That's what that realm is not necessarily numberable, but that number represents what we were before and what we'll be afterwards, and it is perfection. It is source before he created the duality, and after. It is that place. It's outside of the 12 dimensions, which are a creation. They're a creation. It's frequency, all of it. Okay? So now that I've shared that with you, wow, I'm doing really quick this time. It's a little bit quicker. It's kind of streamlined itself. I'm only at 35 minutes. Okay, I want to go back to, where was it that I was talking about? I'll come back to it, I guess. Let me read my notes. I'll get there. Okay, we talked about this Schumann, and you see, and the earth, from the Schumann, from my understanding of the Schumann, and I don't get this from anybody. This is just me looking at it and deciphering the colors somehow and just understanding what it means. And I've said this before in my other videos, but when you look straight on at the spikes, you see the energy's coming down from the top. The ones that look kind of feathery at the bottom, they don't go in that solid column all the way back down. That is from Earth's surface out. It looks, because it's straight up and down, you think it's coming, it's like falling on you, like some kind of glittery, dust. No, that is from Mom out. That's her taking what she's been given by those big columns that you see that come down, and actually, those are coming from the bottom up, which is coming from the energies, the true sun, the things that are present out, our light family that's present outside of this prison matrix. We have a ground crew and we have a sky crew, and we are now working very, very well together. So that's the difference between the Schumann. But also, this is what it was. See, I knew it would come. The Schumann has been usurped. If you've noticed all the breaks in it, and how sometimes the columns of energy will come down and then they're cut off, and it's like, it looked like it should have been like another good 2 or 3 inches, and it's gone. Well, the Matrix has discovered that we have woken up through venues like YouTube, Truthers, reading the Schumann, researching. We've done these things for so long, unbeknownst to them, but now they're fully aware of it. So guess what the new game is? To keep us in that trajectory where we just want to watch all the videos. We've got to get more information. But guess where that information is? It's out here. Where is the kingdom? Here. Where is the vision? Here. So in this new phase, one of the things that you need to do is to, and I saw a higher self video, and some of them, I'm just seeing them, they're riddled with weeds, they're just getting riddled. All these Pleiadian messages, all the higher self messages, for a long time I've been going, that doesn't sit well with me. I don't know about that. It's a weed. And that's been that's the plan. That's the plan. Every time we step up, they're going to step up too. But they're at a place now where we're going to be in a place of fifth dimension where the ones trapped here can't go. They can't. The ones that trapped themselves here by making it a prison system, they can't go. So we get to go as long as we operate by these new rules. Okay? So we're going to need to get away from your devices more. The only time I'm going to be on my device now is for me to put things in order to come and speak to you. But I'm spending as much time as I can in here, and connected to Gaia, because that's a trap. It's the new trap. So if you find yourself, got to watch every video, got to watch the next thing. Oh, look at, oh, I got, and you're spending hours every day. That's a trap. If you want into this part and you want to believe so that you see and you're able to access and you want to be an ass kicker, you've got to start laying that stuff down within reason. When you're called to read something, because it still happens to me, media is still used, there are still electronic things that are used to speak to me, but I'm not seeking anymore. All that, did I see stuff and I'm like, yeah, whatever, I hardly watch anything anymore. Everything comes directly here because of where I'm at spiritually. It will for you too. You've got to get there though. You have to use your intention. Yes, and your intention is so powerful. This is how all this got created. Vision and intention by the beings that Father put forth. So we're back to that. We are returning to a place that we have always been in. It seems like a new place, but it's not really new. It's one we've always known. But what has happened is in the 12,500 years previous to this, it'd take a lifetime for you to manifest anything with your abilities. And science has proven it, haven't they? They have proven that people who live positive lives live longer, healthier lives. They don't get diseases. They have more productivity and they have more abundance in their lives. People who are negative and bitter, they end up dying from diseases and alone, and just their lives look like a crumbled mess. Well, they did that because they're creators. They just don't know it. And so the way the system is designed is we're born, wiped out. We know nothing about who we truly are. But there's been information all along because there's also been a ground crew here going through each incarnation and planting little situations like Yeshua coming and being the dynamo that he was. That's just one scenario. There's been many to get this information available. The truth with the lies. They have to tell us the truth of the lie. That way they can wash their hands. So the truth has been here. But by the time you're 60, 70, 80 years old and you're starting to get it, you get sick and die and they recycle you and you go back, wipe again. And we never get a hold of who we are, but it's proven that in that 60 to 80 year time frame, we use that power because it's unstoppable. Now there's a construct here and we're trapped, we're prisoners. And in this construct, there's this little clock on the wall and we believe it. So it's time. So they can do that because we believe it. Everything on this whole thing is run by our belief. Okay? That's why they have us here. They're miscreated. They want what we have. They don't understand where it came from. They just want it, and they're going about it in the most dastardly ways. But that's how it's happening. Okay. So get away from being entrenched in needing, because once again, that's external, and you lack nothing. You need nothing. You need nothing. You have it all. Give it away, and you'll get even more. It's amazing. Okay, so there is that. Now this is the meat and potatoes of what I have been given, and I'm going to just read it to you. Let's see here, and it's written down here. Okay, and this is the thing that on January 16th, when this big download came to me, and this whole thing opened up like I can't even explain it. I can't not explain it. There aren't human words to explain this or where I'm at. But what I'm going to tell you is what Father told me to, challenged me to do in this new phase that we're in. Everything I've talked about thus far. What are we at, 41? Oh, we're doing good. Good. Okay. This is something that he challenged me. He said, now write this down because I want you to do this every day. Every day. And it started on January 16th. And guess what? Last night, yesterday, when I did the bottom part of this is where I went out and I grounded myself to Gaia and I said my right words. Labyrinth. I'll be sharing that with you in a minute. I received something, and last night in the night, oh my gosh. And I can't put it into words, and it's not something I can share, but my eyes are going to well up. You'll see it too. Like I said, my meat suit is having a really hard time with this. It just wants to go. Because the meat suit can only respond so far, right? It's a prison system. But the live inside of me, this life is so, I can't explain it. But anyways, so I'm already seeing this. And I started a journal this morning. I forgot to start a journal to write this down because I'm supposed to document it and show it to you. The real tangible things that are going to be taking place from here on out. And it's going to only expound upon itself. It's going to start a little slower than we probably would like because there's a little bit of time for them to mess with us. But instead of years, months, and years, we're talking hours, days, and weeks as opposed to months and years and decades. Okay? And then it's going to expound upon itself to where it will eventually, when we get somewhere in this game, between now and the next 4 years, it's going to be like, once we get this, it'll be like vision, see it, I mean, believe it, see it. It will be, that's how it's going to be, because we're creators. We're Father, and He's us, and we're Him. I'm you, and you're me. But we're each distinct. It's the most beautiful thing, and only He could have dreamed this up. It's amazing. Okay, let me get back to this list. This is what He challenged me to do every day, without fail, regardless, and I have been doing it, and I am telling you, He's telling the truth. Of course He is. Of course He is. And like I always say, it's either the truth or I'm batshit crazy, and I'm as happy as I can be, so who cares? It's a delusion for love. Okay, read this every morning, He says. 2020 is a game changer. Read it and believe it. Believing is seeing. No matter what the physical 3D matrix circumstances throw at you or how long they remain. They're not going to remain as long as they used to, but they're going to remain long enough for you to think that it should have happened yesterday and it didn't. Believe me, I just came out of that cycle, and it's going to be proposed to you, but hold on, because I'm telling you, those decades are going to turn into a year. Those years are going to turn into a month. Those months are going to turn into a week. And that week is going to turn into an hour. And very soon it will be moments each time. It will expound upon itself. It's coming in gradually because it would be too overwhelming otherwise. It also wouldn't be able to be snuck in under the radar. So hear this and do it. It's a challenge. And I'm challenging you because Father challenged me. Come with me if you dare. Okay, so believing, you believe it. Believe these truths in a way that we've never done it before with such conviction. Okay, no matter what you see in this physical, don't use these. Use this right here and this. Okay, there is no lack. It is an illusion. It's been a very useful, very perfect illusion. It's had us trapped for 12,000 plus years. Toast. Don't believe it. You are present through all of the multi-level dimensions, 1 through 12, and yes, the 13th, our origin. All those are there, and you are present, frequency present as source cord, because source cord runs through me, runs through you, runs through mom, runs through Father, is Father. That Trinity is complete. It always has been. This is a lie. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. Visualize what you want to come to you and see it. See it with all the beautiful detail in your specific, distinct mind, your true mind, the mind of your soul, the true essence of who you are. You are specifically distinct. You have a specific ability to see what you see. See it. The layers of the multiverse, see yourself in them all. No lack, no separation, the perfection of Christ. There's no lack, 0, 0, 0, no. It's an illusion. What is the matrix offering you today to trick you? See it. I want you to sit, and what I do is I build little boxes. I see in scenario, put it in a box like a grid, and I just collect them all until they all come into play and I can see them all in front of me, and then I imagine them just melting like warm chocolate. And then I take my squeegee and I get every drop gone, because it's not my reality. Now see what you desire in this mission. What's your mission? What's your desire? See what you desire in detail, and guess what? It's yours, because it already is. All you need to do is believe it. It's already here. Closed system, right? Nothing new under the sun. It's already here. You just need to believe it. It's so beautiful. We are who we are. Finally, we can see the truth. It's just incredible. Okay. Now, stay in that same even, joyful frequency all day, every day. There's another trap. It's a very, very tiny trap. And we get caught in this. I was caught in this trap where these things come to pass. It's kind of like Disneyland or winning the lottery. It's freaking amazing. Like what I feel right now. But this is where I stay all day, every day. It doesn't change it's not going to change with each thing that comes to pass. I'm staying in the same place. It's not up here. It's not down here. It's stay. Because they like to get us in that place where we get overexcited. Because if you elevate yourself to a place of not being in that even place where you just are, they will present something illusionary, and it will trick you, because it will lower your physical frequency and you'll want to follow it with your true frequency. Remain in the same high frequency love and expectation and joy all day, every day. It can be high. There's nothing wrong with it. Believe me, I'm totally high. It can be incredible. But don't let it be situationally stimulated. Let it be based on what you're believing. Okay? Very important, because this is another trap they're going to lay for you. Now you can expect all you want. No, and it will happen. For the matrix illusion has been shattered. It has been. Hands down. And then after you get to this place, go outside, take your shoes off, connect with Gaia. And what I do is I use a tree that's been provided, and he's a beautiful soul. And he helps me to quicken that. And you just follow your heart in that. But you get your bare feet on Gaia, and you stand, and you say this out loud. And this is from the Labyrinth. I told you I was going to bring it home with that. Say your right words. If you've seen the movie, I love that movie. But through this whole thing, the Goblin Prince is trying to encapsulate this little girl and keep her trapped because he needs her. Sound familiar? And so he gets her trapped in this labyrinth. But if she can... I'm sorry, but I'm having... Yeah, there's some assistance right here, right around me. I can hear it. That's amazing. I love you. This is really important. This is the key. The end of it. It's the key. It kind of ties the whole thing in together. Okay? He's got her trapped, and he's got her going through this labyrinth, and all she does is end up back at the beginning again. I think I talked about that already, didn't I? End up back at the beginning, you got to start all over again. It's very frustrating. It produces nothing, and he keeps her trapped because he needs her. He doesn't want her to know that. He's got her thinking she needs him. But there's this one line at the end of this play that she was involved in, which started this whole story, and she can never remember her end line. Well, at the very end of the movie, it comes to her in her memory. Yes, it's in her kingdom, and it comes forth because she receives what she needs. We've received that. It's here. And she turns and she looks at him, and she says, through toils and troubles untold, and there's this whole little paragraph. She turns around, and he's cringing. You can see in his face because she turns around for that last line and looks at him and says, you have no power over me. The whole labyrinth just completely disintegrates, and within a moment's notice, she's back in her true reality, which this is what this is, the true reality of who we truly are, what we've always been. And the whole labyrinth is disintegrated, and he has to go away, and she's free. So you stand there, feet planted in Mother's Earth. Get a hold of anything you can to put your hands and feet in contact, and these energies that are coming in, and you say it out loud with the frequency of your voice. You have no power over me. You do this every day, and do it until we see this come in the way that Father has promised that it's coming. I've been doing it since the 16th, and I can tell you that I just tasted last night the first, and I'm going to write it in my journal because I'm going to be doing another video as these things come to pass. Probably, I'd say 6 to 8 weeks, I'm going to have some profound things to share with you. And you're going to see it, and then I want you to start walking in that. If you feel that, you'll feel this resonate with you. At 51 minutes, hey, 10 minutes shorter than I was before. That's so awesome. So that's what I'm doing every day. That's what I was told to bring to you. I'm going to be producing a video here, and probably the next video will be an update on these things so that I can show you what Father has shown me, and maybe you guys can make some comments and tell me if you've already stepped into this and what's happening with you. That'd be great. Because confession is incredible. Holding things up, that we've created. It'll be wonderful. But then after that, there's a video, and I've been sitting on this information for a long time. I didn't really understand it when I got it, but the title's called Checkmate. It's pretty important. It's very powerful stuff. And I will be making that video. Checkmate's the end of the game. So I don't know what's going to come after that. Maybe just some like readjustments, because we are fighting. And when you fight, you do get wounded, and soldiers do get knocked down, and they need attendance. So maybe that's what it'll be about. I don't know. But anyways, that's what I wanted to bring you. It's here. It's on there. It's going to take a while to download because my phone service is really slow, but it will be up today. I'm so happy. Oh, and I almost forgot, but I didn't look at my notes. I'm going to remember. Now that's why there's 10 minutes left. Okay, update. All right, I feel the need to give you an update on my personal circumstances because I know you love me and I love you, and my life is an open book. I have nothing to hide. This has been a really rough transition, and we've seen some things just fall apart. Now, the thing is it seems like casualties it even did to me. It hurt. It was painful. There were so many, but burning hurts, right? But they're not casualties. They were intended. Everything that's not supposed to stay falls away. So the first thing I'd like to report to you is that I am no longer involved in a committed relationship with one individual. I'm totally involved with everybody. I'm in love with all y'all. So it's all good. But I am in single status again. And I'm not going to mention anyone's names, because if you know me and you know my story and you're close enough to me, you know who the characters are in this story. But he is my brother. I love him. I will always love him. And he is part of my mission. And I know this. But I am no longer in that which I originally believed. And it was all intended. It is all exactly as it should be. But that is one of the things that has been shaken out of the tree in this shift that we've gone through. I am relocated at the moment and in a place that has been very prophetically shown to me. And until Father tells me that it's time to go, which each one of these little, things that I've gone on, he makes it very clear it's time for me to move. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. And I am creating everything that I need. In that process, though, I do need to throw this out to you, because the winter has been kind of brutal, and we've spent the money that I had kind of allocated aside to get me through the winter on frozen pipes and tanks and water leaks and things that we weren't prepared for. What that I wasn't prepared for. I know it's going to changing my verbiage because there is an I now, and it's different. But anyways, so I am in a position. I have a great job lined up for me. It's perfect. It's a substitute teacher position. It leaves me lots of liquidity, so I can choose to work when I want or not to. I can make as much as I need or as little as I need, so that I can still be devoted to what the true meaning of this mission is. It's amazing. But I haven't been in the school system for many years, so there's a process of certification, fingerprinting, things you have to do when you're working with children. It's a time-consuming process. It's in process now. Literally, it's very cool. The school that I'm going to be working at, I can see it from my yard. It's just crazy. It's perfect. But anyways, so I'm waiting for some things to take place. And one of the things is I've got about $150 worth of certification and fingerprinting fees that I need to have in order to move forward. And I'm also not in a position to be pulling any income at this moment. It's right there. I'm going to be self-sufficient very soon, which that's what's important to me. That's what I'd rather. But this has also been a process for me learning to reach out. And there is no lack, not with any of us. So the first thing I want to ask is for your frequency, for your love, and to connect with me in intention, which you already have. I feel you all. It's the best. I could be buck naked in the desert with nothing, starving to death. And that is what I live off of, really. But then we have to play the rules by the sovereign rules of this game we're in. And that means that this frequency that, the negatives come up with, that's called money, we use that frequency to move things forward. So it's an unfortunate way that we have to do things. So I'm asking for your intention towards me. And if you do feel called to offer some type of physical benefit, tangible benefit towards me in the way of support, I'm definitely not going to turn that away either. I know that it's all covered. I have no concern whatsoever, but I'm just putting that out there so that I probably got another 4 to 6 weeks of kind of going, so I'm going to just throw that out there. If there's something impressed on my heart that there's some finances out there somewhere, and I'm not sure where it's going to come from, but it's out there. So if the person hearing this is, it could be that. I don't know. I'm not concerned with the where tos and the how tos. I'm just concerned with making sure that I update you and you know where I'm at and what's happening, and that it's all good. I'm in a place that I can't even, like I said, I can't explain to you, but it's incredible, and it's on. Game's on, guys. Let's do this. I love you all so much, and I'm so glad that this is going to get out today. It's weird because it's the 23rd, and I thought the 22nd was going to really be something, but I'm not sure what that's about. I just got, it could be about that. There's something, okay, I'm not going to speak it, but okay, that makes sense. I love you. I will be talking with you soon. Longest video I ever made. Hopefully you watch it. I'm going to put my PayPal link, as I always do in my videos, so that if there's anybody in that position, they can help. And that it gives me the ability to do what I'm doing, which I'm very grateful for. But mostly all of you that are connected to me, because we're supposed to be connected, because we signed up for this ahead of time. Your frequency. Let's connect together so this decentralized network remains strong and we can move forward in this truth. I love you guys so much. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, and I'm so glad that this finally worked. 3 days. But it's perfect as it always is. I love you so much, and I will be talking to you soon.